COVID weddings.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really like how you did yours. And if I could go back in time, I would do something like that.
Yeah. If I could go back in time, I would have done that from the get-go.
Yeah.
Which we rented an Airbnb on the beach, and we had 15 of our closest friends there, like staying in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just had like a big weekend party, and we had like 30 guests total, and it was perfect. And rather than our original wedding plan, which was to have like the big to do and have like a venue and a plate, like whatever. I mean, it was great. Like it's what I wanted.
Did you have all that booked?
Yeah.
Did they give you your money back?
Yeah, most things we got a refund on. We lost like a couple deposits, but like I'll say like that industry is an industry that got hit hard during COVID, right? And like everybody that I talked to and everybody that we had worked with was so accommodating, and they were so willing to help us. Like our photographer like moved our date probably 3 times, and the only downside, which like wasn't even a downside, was we had ordered enough cake for like 80 people from this bakery, and then when I went to like move the order and stuff, I was like, hey, like I actually only need cake for like 30 people. And they were like, okay, well, we can't like downsize it, but we can just move the date for you. And I was like, okay. So we had 30 people.
So was the cake already made?
I don't know. I mean, probably not, but I get it. Like they already had the money.
They needed that money. Yeah.
They had the money. I get it. It was fine. But anyways, so the upshot was we had 30 people.
A lot of cake.
But so much cake.
That doesn't sound like a bad thing to me.
Like if that was the worst thing that happened, I was like, this is fine. So I was just like sending plates full of cake with people.
I would be too.
This,
like, you know what you should have gotten? Tupperware for their what are they called? Party favors.
Yeah. Just a plate full of cake.
Here's some cake.
Yeah. You had a COVID wedding.
I did have a COVID wedding. But
did you have to reschedule? And
No. We didn't have to reschedule. So we got married in January of 2021. And it's something that I still have a lot of guilt about. I'm not going to lie. Like,
guilt in what way?
I just felt so guilty for going through with it, you know, because the vaccine, I think at that point was just about being distributed to people over the age of 65, but none of my grandparents were able to get it in time. And we had it. I got it over with. It was what it was. But the few weeks following the wedding, I was a mess because I was just so anxious and sick and worried that someone was going to get sick. But it was just a really tough spot to be in.
Yeah.
And if I could go back in time, I would have done something more like you did. Something small, not spent all the money because it was so much money.
How different from your like original wedding plan was like the thing that you actually carried out? Like, was it different at all?
It was different. So I wanted a wedding, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted the dress. I wanted, a bridal party.
Right.
But I didn't really care so much about having a big wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted something. Logan comes from a family where they have pretty decent sized weddings. So that was something that he wanted, and he wanted the big wedding. So we got the venue, we planned for the big wedding, and then his family from New York weren't able to come down. So I think we went from an estimated about like 130, 125. I don't even know how many people actually showed up at my wedding, but what I do know is that there were many people who RSVP'd and then didn't show up. So I still had to pay for.
So you had plates full of cake too.
I did have plates full of cake.
Is that a bad problem to have?
No, it's not a bad problem to have, except for when you're paying like $1 bajillion per plate.
Per plate, yeah.
Which is what it felt like. Obviously, it wasn't that much, but yeah. Fortunately, the venue was very good, and
that's good.
They worked with us, and
yeah, that's great.
I'm glad. I never want to do that again.
Yeah,
never.
Yeah, I always tell Blake like, my second wedding is going to be way different.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I will never have a second wedding.
Yeah.
No, I just wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But I do think about like, I feel so sad that Logan missed out on that. And we were up in New York, and I was jokingly saying with his family, like, oh, maybe we'll have a 5-year vow renewal and everyone can come down for that.
Yeah.
But at that point, it's like, girl, your ship has sailed. Like,
I was going to say, like, I feel like the closer you get to that, you're like, I'm not doing this.
No.
Because we had talked about doing like a courthouse wedding, like totally scrapping the ceremony and stuff, doing a courthouse wedding, and then like, once COVID like went away, doing like a party. And I was like, I feel like by the time we get there, we're gonna be like, I don't really care, like I don't want to.
And that's another point of view too is, I just kept saying, oh, maybe we should just hold off for a couple months. Well, it didn't go away. I mean, it's still here,
exactly.
right?
Like, how long would you wait?
We're nowhere near where we were with COVID, but it's still alive and spreading, and who's to say that it wouldn't have been even worse if we had waited 6 months, because all of the variants and it was spreading easy and blah, 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 blah. So
yeah, I get it. Done and dusted. Hey, you got the ring, you got the man.
Yep.
It's fine.
Yep. Yeah. That's it. I mean, it was what it was.